Gut health reset starts with a number most people have never heard: 70%. That is the share of your entire immune system that lives in your gut. Not in your blood, not in your lungs, in your digestive tract. Every time you eat something, you are either training your immune system or destabilizing it. And most people have been destabilizing it for years without knowing. Here is the part that will change how you think about food. Your gut is not just digesting your meals. It is manufacturing the chemicals that control your mood. In the next few minutes, I will explain what the microbiome actually is and why balance matters, the 4 biggest things that silently destroy it, how your gut directly controls your mood through the gut-brain axis, and the specific foods that rebuild it from scratch. Your gut is home to approximately 38 trillion microorganisms, mostly bacteria, collectively called the microbiome. These are not passengers. They regulate digestion, produce vitamins, train your immune cells, and communicate directly with your brain. The key concept is diversity. A healthy gut contains hundreds of different bacterial species. Problems start when diversity drops and opportunistic bacteria, the ones that promote inflammation, begin to dominate. A 2019 landmark paper in Cell analyzed gut microbiomes across thousands of participants and found that microbial diversity was one of the strongest predictors of metabolic health, immune function, and even mental health markers. The gut lining itself is also critical. A single layer of epithelial cells separates the contents of your digestive tract from your bloodstream. When that lining is compromised, bacterial fragments and undigested proteins can leak through, triggering systemic inflammation. 4 things are particularly destructive. Antibiotics. A single course can reduce microbial diversity by up to 30%, and some species may not recover for months. A 2018 study in Nature Microbiology showed that antibiotic-induced dysbiosis can persist for over a year. Processed food and refined sugars. These selectively feed inflammatory strains while starving the beneficial ones. Emulsifiers, common in packaged foods, have been shown in Nature research from 2015 to disrupt the gut mucus layer that protective bacteria depend on. Chronic stress. Stress hormones directly alter gut motility, stomach acid production, and microbial composition. Elevated cortisol reduces populations of lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, 2 of the most important protective genera. Poor sleep. Even 2 nights of disrupted sleep measurably shifts the microbiome toward inflammatory species, according to a 2019 study in Molecular Metabolism. Now, here is the mechanism most people never learn, and this changes everything. Approximately 90% of your body's serotonin, the neurotransmitter most associated with mood and emotional stability, is produced in the gut, not the brain, the gut. Specific gut bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids that stimulate cells in the gut lining to release serotonin. When gut diversity drops, this production line gets disrupted. A 2016 study in Nature Neuroscience showed that germ-free mice with no microbiome had significantly disrupted serotonin, signaling, and anxiety-like behavior, which normalized when specific bacterial strains were reintroduced. This is the direct biological link between gut health and mood. The fastest way to rebuild gut diversity is through diet. 5 categories to prioritize. Fermented foods. Kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, and plain yogurt introduce live bacterial cultures. A 2021 study in Cell found the fermented food group showed significantly greater increases in microbiome diversity than even a high-fiber diet group. Diverse fiber sources. Different bacterial species eat different types of fiber. Aim for 30 or more different plant sources per week. Polyphenol-rich foods. Berries, dark chocolate, extra virgin olive oil, and green tea selectively feed beneficial bacteria. Prebiotic foods. Garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus, and green bananas feed your existing good bacteria. Think of these as fertilizer for what you already have. Collagen-supporting foods, bone broth, gelatin, and vitamin C-rich foods support gut lining repair. Here is your gut reset starting plan. Add 1 fermented food daily. Plain kefir, kimchi, or live culture yogurt are the easiest entry points. Aim for 30 different plant foods per week. Count everything: vegetables, fruits, legumes, nuts, seeds, grains, and herbs. Cut emulsifiers and processed foods for 2 weeks. Read labels and avoid polysorbate 80 and carboxymethyl cellulose. Protect your sleep. 2 nights of poor sleep measurably shifts your microbiome. 8 hours is a gut health intervention in itself. Manage cortisol actively. Morning sunlight, movement, and breathing techniques lower the chronic stress signal that erodes gut diversity. If this gave you a clearer picture of what is actually happening inside your digestive system, subscribe to the Health Breakdown. And next, watch our video on why your probiotic supplement is probably a waste of money and the 5 foods that outperform it every time. The research will surprise you. See you there.